are desperate for a win right now.
Hey, good job, man.
William Honaker, 0-2 in kickboxing. He suffered a couple tough stoppages in his last two. His last one was against Fat Thor, Dakota Begley, who stopped him in under 30 seconds. Honaker's a guy, though, who loves the game. He's not going to let it stop him. And here he is hunting for that first win. And Joe Perry's a guy he's been calling out for probably about 2 years now.
So why has he been calling out Joe Perry?
Honestly, I think he thinks Joe's an easy fight.
Really?
Yeah, to be completely honest, but I think Joe Perry is another guy who he's taken a lot of losses, but he's never showed any sign of stopping. He's got mad heart, and I think this is actually a really even matchup.
Interesting. This is going to be fun.
Yep, I've seen Honaker fight. Joe Perry is a new one to me. I'm not sure. Do you know where he's training out of?
Joe Perry trains with Eric Oden and those guys in, I think, Elkview, West Virginia. Primarily a boxer, but he's been doing quite a bit of kickboxing. His MMA debut was my first event, NLC 6, and he fought Alex Davis in his MMA debut, which was a tough fight for him. He's a guy who's only taken tough fights. He fought Fat Thor. He fought, Alex Davis. He fought Matt Christ.
Oh, wow.
Like, the guy he does not shy away from a tough fight. And he thought about hanging it up. That's the thing. Joe Perry's a guy, it's impossible not to like him. He's always humble. He's super funny. Just a likable person. And he was going through, after his last loss, he thought, I think I'm done. He's like, how long can I keep doing this? And I think he took some time, and he's like, I really need to focus more on training and keep going. He's a guy I admire a lot for his heart and his courage.
Well, I will say he's very hairy.
Yeah. He might challenge Eric Mon for the hairiest man at NLC. Now that Eric has cut the hair off of his head, I don't know. Maybe we're going to see a clean-shaven Eric Mon tonight.
That would be unsettling.
As Tony Hinchcliffe says, here comes the vanilla gorilla.
Making his debut this evening, weighing in at 248.6 pounds, dressed in camouflage trunks, from Gauley Bridge, West Virginia, Joseph King!
And it's not to knock Honaker, saying that he might have thought this was an easy fight. Honaker's a tough guy who's had a lot of tough fights himself. His debut was against Michael Watts for the title. And then his last fight, he was up against Fat Thor Begley, who's been on a tear as well. And I think that Honaker feels like he's never had a chance to actually show his skills. He's a traditional martial artist, Taekwondo competitor, and he's been training at Doghouse. He used to be under Ronan with Ryan Carroll, but him, Tyrone Kenshin, have been training at Doghouse and very happy with the work they're getting there.
You see a big right hand just misses the mark from Joe Perry.
And the footwork was a little off on that right hand as well, wasn't it? And then I'm going to keep an eye on that just to see, just out of curiosity. Although it looks like it's a little better right now.
And he seems like he's doing a good job trying to use forward pressure to kind of disrupt that flow of kicking offense that Honaker's trying to get going.
And I will notice he's keeping his chin low, looking through his forehead right there.
Yeah.
It's got definitely a look that he
lands a little
business.
bit of an overhand right at the end there, but Honaker bullies him into the corner.
Yeah.
Honaker is a big man. He's got a
Honaker's covering up a lot on the inside here, though. He seems uncomfortable in this inside space.
Well, that was a good uppercut.
Nice uppercut and almost a left hook to follow it.
All right, nice.
That was an interesting exchange because Honaker seemed to be taking the more defensive posture against
Jumping
the cage.
front kick from Joe Perry to the body.
We see him land a nice jab there on William Honaker. Honaker lands a jab
Joe
away
Perry's
from
feet are very close together there on a lot of these things here, which is not good for defense, right? Forget about the offense, but it's like, how are you going to handle the defense when somebody takes care of you? Like right now, look at him.
Limited mobility, yeah.
Yeah, it's got an interesting way he walks forward. He's not keeping that standard foot placement right there.
It's almost much more of that traditional, almost like horse stance karate style.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You see a nice jab from both men.
Yeah.
Interesting style from both, right? Keeping their front hand low, down by the hip. Joe Perry's got it. Here he goes. I was going to say, holding, just covering up's not going to do well for you.
Yep. And these gentlemen have knees in the clinch. We haven't seen either one of
Which
them
is
kind of
a-
leverage that, but
A very good point, right?
especially when you get somebody taking that very crowded over defensive posture.
It was a very good kick by Joe Perry there. Finally, a nice kick there, finally.
Yep.
But I would say here, like first round, they look like they both conserved energy. These guys are big guys, right? They can't come out like gangbusters. So let's see how round 2 goes. But I think that's a good strategy, right? If you blow your wad in the first round, you got some troubles.
And that's an interesting round to score. Honestly, I think I would lean towards Joe Perry on the 10-9, but very close. I wouldn't be surprised if the judges saw that one way or the other.
I think Perry was the more active man. And I don't think Honaker landed anything too significant that round.
And the few times Honaker was able to bully him into the corner, he wasn't able to get work done there. He was forced to cover up, and it was Perry punching his way out of those exchanges.
And you see Eric Oden there in the corner of Joe Perry. Eric Oden, former heavyweight boxing title contender at amateur for us. Great guy as well. And Lee Spurgeon. Lee Spurgeon and I go way, way back. I think Lee was the first person I ever competed against in the cage in jiu-jitsu. And we agreed to no heel hooks, and then he came out and heel hooked me.
Like a gentleman.
I think I was 16.
Don't trust anybody, Elijah. Come on.
First rule.
I won't heel hook you either, Elijah.
You're not allowed.
I will tell you I will, and I don't know how, so it's okay. So you'll be fine.
You sound like me.
Yes, exactly. All us old
What
people.
are leg locks?
Yeah, exactly.
But here we are, opening of the second round. Honaker taking his time, content on the back foot.
That was a good kick.
Nice.
Good overhand right. Good. Nothing's
Perry
really
covering
landing.
up.
Yep, nothing really getting through that guard. It's a little unconventional kind of out in front of his body, but that guard is doing its job so far.
Absolutely. But, it's weird because I've seen a lot of fights, even though nothing landed. It's like when a guy's coming forward and being active, judges will give it to that guy. Yeah. I've seen it a ton.
Beautiful kick right to the breadbasket of Honaker.
And we see that as they have these kind of open stances.
And Honaker's looking tired.
Yep.
For a couple of heavyweights, though, this is kind of how it goes, right? It's a decent pace, but they can't really go too crazy because they're trying to conserve energy for the next round.
And Joe Perry eats that low kick, keeps marching forward.
Ooh, that was a good check by Honaker.
Oh!
Big head kick sets down Joe Perry.
Beautiful. Joe's hurt bad. I don't think he's going to beat this count. I'd be shocked. He's ready. He's going to beat the count.
He gives the ref a head nod.
Mad heart.
Overseas.
Mad heart from Perry, but brutal. Brutal high kick from Honaker, who told me right before the fight.
Another one.
He said, I might finally be able to land a high kick tonight. And he damn sure did.
But sometimes you land that high kick, you get high kick heavy or high kick happy, right? And he's throwing them like crazy right now.
And he ate a right hand as he came in on that one
exactly.
a
bit. Joe Perry needs to get his right hand higher. His guard is super low.
It's a great round, guys. Great round.
Yep.
Replay.
Let's take a look at that high kick. Beautiful work from Honaker.
Oh, my gosh, right on the temple.
And
that was beautiful.
The fact that Joe got up from that shocks me. I thought it was over.
The only reason I think he got up is because he didn't follow through on the kick, right? He didn't punch through. It was a great kick. Yeah. Not saying anything about it.
Very traditional martial arts.
And that's that Taekwondo style.
Thank you so much to our sponsors.
What a kick, though. I mean, what a kick, honestly. I mean, and again, what a tough guy for getting up. And he looked good. He actually was competitive at the end of the round.
He stayed down on the mat long enough. He didn't try to get up right away at the 8. He stayed down on his knees and kind of waited to collect himself and came up right at the 8.
This reminds me of last time, and I don't mean this a bad way, Colin, when you took a liver kick here. You remember that? And we were like, holy shit, here comes this. And then you stayed calm, and you came back like gangbusters, right?
Yeah.
And I think Joe Perry's up one round. And that second round's got to be a 10-8 for Honaker.
So what's the mindset? What's the mindset after getting knocked down like that, Colin?
I think he's got to say, you know what? I took his best shot, and I think he's been winning this fight, which honestly I kind of feel like what was going on with me and Eric too. It was like, all right, I got set down. I need to take some deep breaths. I just need to go back to doing what I was doing, be more mindful of that particular technique that set me down. But I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm better than him.
Yes. And you did that in your fight. I mean, after that, it was domination, right? And I see the same here with Jay. He looks pretty good.
Yep,
to be honest, he's recovered well.
Joe's landed the stronger shots of this round so far.
The difference is they're heavyweights and they're tired.
Yeah.
Right? It's just hard to see what we saw with your fight because the amount of energy they're able to put in is just not the same.
Yeah, to move my 175-pound frame around is a lot different amount of horsepower. A lot of calories that aren't consumed.
Oh, and that was a great right. I mean, this is after getting knocked down. I mean, he looks. That was.
Oh, he's hurt.
Look at that. He's coming. Like he's doing every. This is very reminiscent of you. That's a knockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, you could call that a knockdown for sure.
Yep.
Not saying the ref did a bad job. That was very
If
nice.
Joe digs deep here.
Look at that.
Yep.
I'd say he's winning this round.
I would too.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he's either got to set him down or I believe we're going to be looking at a.
I think if he
draw.
digs deep here, he could put him
All up to the judges.
Honaker's tired.
He has to finish strong on this one, meaning Joe.
Yep.
If he would have got the knockdown there, I think he would have won the fight. But, man, this is a tough one. 20 seconds is going to dictate this fight. And he's digging deep. Look at Joe's parry. Like, he's tired. Look at him. You see his mouthpiece. Oh, what a shot. Nice overhand left. Oh, switching stances now. There we go. See if we can get a hard right.
Yep, I think he's trying to use that play. Soften.
nice
Body kick from Joe Perry.
5 seconds. Here it comes.
He gets touched with another head kick, but he says, bring it on.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of punching yourself, punch the other guy. We only had 5 seconds.
Great performance.
What a
An
match.
interesting fight. On my scorecards, I believe we're looking at a draw.
I think I agree.
I think first and third round went to Joe Perry.
The high kick that changed everything.
I know.
Exactly.
It's going to be a tough
Honaker.
one. It could literally go any way, and it's justified going either way. Right?
I would agree.
It's very true.
The shorts kind of do that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. No disrespect to Joe. That was
No, neither
actually
one of them. That was a
yeah,
phenomenal
it
fight.
It really was. We're just trying to have fun. You did a really good job. Killer hair on the back and the butt. Yeah.
And I was
Great
impressed.
job, Joe.
And Honaker did a good job of finding homes for those traditional martial arts kick.
It really did. That was actually a really good fight. I'm just trying to be fun. You guys did a great job. I'm excited for this decision because I don't know which way they can go.
Yeah, those are
agree.
the most interesting ones.
Yeah, it should be a draw in my opinion. I don't know.
Now, the other thing that's interesting is that second round was a close round. If you get, I believe in the kickboxing rules,
Once again, all three judges see this
All three.
and scoring 29-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision.
wow, that's an interesting decision.